Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. So I'm here today with the Friday book haul, just a little one, but I did find some fun stuff. This is probably the last book haul. Well, it's definitely the last book haul of the year, but it's the last maybe for a little while, depending on how things go and whatnot, because in my area of Canada, the numbers for the whole world situation are getting a little bit scary again, so I'm not really going a whole lot of places. That being said, let's jump into the Friday book haul. So this is a lovely Japanese book. We have a local thrift store where someone donates a lot of children's Japanese books, and I always pick them up because they are beautiful. This one is about like ducklings or something, and look at these illustrations. Aren't they so sweet? They're really beautiful, and like they're kind of like, they look kind of almost like they've been like hand colored. So it's this little story of these little ducklings, very happy and sweet, really colorful, and obviously the beautiful Japanese script is really nice too. So sweet. They had a few of these books, but this is the only one that really kind of content-wise appealed to me. And we have a couple of bigger ones here. So this one, excuse me, it's called The Grannies by Sybil Rampin. And this one I really want to read it. I think it looks really great. It's a tribute to old ladies who refuse to become fossils or dinosaurs or leftovers. The Grannies is about the human spirit. It's about survival, risk, and courage. In her first book, 72-year-old author Sybil Rampin tells the twinkling tale of 8 determined grannies who venture out of their home and learn to ride motorcycles, an adventure that leads to another and another. So yeah, I thought it sounded really sweet. And the stories look really cool to me. I think, like, I love anything that just talks about women and, you know, all of the facets of who we are as women. And I think this is just another one of those. And that's so sweet. So yeah, I'm totally stoked to read this book. Then I found a Glenn Lotz book. I have already a couple of Glenn Lotz books. I don't have the birds one, and being that I am a bird book hoarder, let's just be honest, I had to grab this one. Oh yeah, and I put some leaves in it the other day from my walk, because look how beautiful these are. Some of winter's hangers-on, you know, you gotta collect them when you can. So I really love those leaves. And I also want to say, like, there's something really funny and cute about the 80s where people would give big coffee table books as gifts. So this one really was cute to me. It was like, congratulations and best wishes to Duncan and Debbie on the occasion of their engagement, October 1987. Love, Leah and David, Jamie and Chris. So imagine, like, for your anniversary getting a book like this. Personally, I'd be thrilled. Maybe they were birders. I just think it's like so interesting and funny how people would give books. I hope people still do that. I really do. I've done like Booksmiths before where we all exchanged books that we'd already read, or we'd pick up books for each other. Like, but yeah, Glenn Lotz is an incredible illustrator. I always really love his books. These books are available, at least in Canada, everywhere. You see them at all the time at thrift stores, estate auctions, yard sales, book sales, like all those kind of things you always find. I think I would compare him to like Norman Rockwell in the US. Probably you see a lot of Norman Rockwell everywhere. We see a bit here, but not as much as Glenn Lotz. And there's another one. I'm trying to remember who. There's another like nature painter who you see a lot of. But I mean, that's a great thing. Sorry, I've just got these kind of stacked here. Hold on. I just put everything on the floor until I'm ready to show it to you. And I have a few other things other than books. I'll just share them too because I totally forgot about them. So I got some really nice vintage wallpaper. This one is like pansies and bows. More pansies. Somebody clearly liked pansies. And this one is like umbrellas with little birds, or yeah, so cute. And then I also got this set of watercolors. It's just a hoo-hoo set. It's like not expensive in any way, but I'm doing a lot of experimentation with paints, and it's nice to just have a few different pans of like cheaper watercolors. And I found a little thing of tracing paper, which is always great. I got that stuff at like this one particular thrift store that I like to go to that's like everything is like, it's yard sale prices. It's like 10 cents, 25 cents. But anyhow, so this book looks really cool to me. And let me move the rest because I'm probably getting a little too close to the camera and I don't have my preview on today because my phone's being funny. But this is Eggplants, Elevators, Etc. An Uncommon History of Common Things by James Myers. So this was cool. I thought it would be fun to read. I don't know how, like, there's a lot of cool things in it, like mostly black and white. It's kind of going to be random though in terms of, that's really neat. Like if used for journals, it will just kind of be random. So I kind of want to just read a lot of this and like learn some cool things. Maybe I could share some stories with you from this book if you'd be interested in learning about uncommon history. I'm trying to add sort of an element of like storytelling and what I talk about when I'm doing videos. I think it's always nice to share something beyond like just what you're doing. I think about it even like how, you know, it's good when you're in a relationship and like right now, especially, we spend an awful lot of time together. We both, you know, my husband is home with the kids and I work at home, and my husband works just early in the morning. And it's sort of like you have more to talk about when you're doing separate things like listening to podcasts, reading books, whatever, you know, so you're not just talking about the humdrum of life. So I sort of feel the same way about like talking to you on camera and wanting to kind of talk about something a little more than just now I'm taping this, now I'm, you know, it doesn't matter. Anyhow, this book, as I mentioned, Norman Rockwell, Benjamin Franklin, Poor Richard's Almanacs, illustrated by Norman Rockwell. I'm not sure why I picked this up, except I love the size of the text, and I thought it would be really great for grabbing snippets from, like the dates. Also, like the dates are really great, like the 1700s, you know, so the content in here is old. I'm not a big fan of a lot of Norman Rockwell, to be honest. I'm not like a huge fan. I'm also not a fan of like wartime or like colonialism type content. So this, I like the color of these pages. So this is going to be something that I just sort of look through. I don't know what the content is yet, except that it's an almanac, so it is seasonal, which always appeals to me. It has a lot of poetry and stories in it. I am sure a lot of them are cool. A lot of them probably are violent or, you know, weird. These are cool. Like, I mean, that's really nice. People reading the 1700s almanacs, the little handheld ones. You still can find those. Like you'll see, they sometimes have like in tourism type shops or gift stores, like those racks that have the year you were born. So kind of similar to that. Then we have a book that I'm revisiting. I have already had a copy of it before, and I found another copy of it in the exact same thrift store where I got the first one. And I've used an awful lot of the first one. I don't even think I have any of it left. I looked yesterday and didn't see any of it because I thought I would stick the pages in here. But this is the, the Anne of Green Gables journal, illustrated by Donna Green. This particular copy is 1997. Oh, and we have December 2000. Dear Justine, always remember that your words have power and that you have been given a tremendous gift, a great talent with ideas and words. Love, Mrs. Bell. That sounds like it comes from a teacher. I really love that. I've been meaning to kind of keep, you know what, I will start doing that. I'm going to actually do that right this moment. I've been meaning to keep a couple of things that I want to do something with, potentially a journal of both the like handwritten messages that I find in books, as well as like, you know, when you open up a book and it will say like, for Jessica, you know, so this kind of thing. I really love these kind of like memento type things. So yeah, I'm going to, I'll just keep that out of the book. I'm going to keep these and make this the beginning of me actually doing what I've been thinking about. And I think I've actually been stuffing these little things in my shelf back here that I keep. So I'm going to just do the same thing, but put it in a place where I can actually see it quite well. It's right there looking at me. I will do that. This one made me very, very excited. I'm like super happy about it. It's a children's book, Plants That Never Bloom by Ruth Heller. Love this cover. Oh my gosh, look at these mushrooms. Isn't that beautiful? It's from Sandcastle Books. Again, I've been looking at the softcover kids books and finding a lot of treasures. So I recommend, you know, definitely grabbing them. This is the ISBN if you would like it. Beautiful. 1984. Mushrooms. And a little hedgehog. Mushrooms. It's a fairy circle or a fairy ring. Look at all the mushrooms. This makes me so happy. And an owl. It's like if I couldn't be happier, add an owl. Seaweed. Seaweed. Moss. Another thing that makes me very happy. Ferns. And more mushrooms because, of course, we need more mushrooms. Oh, beautiful ginkgo and yew. Pine cones. Oh, that book is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And then this book. So for a long time, I've been looking for an illustrated loon book. I have some illustrations. I think even the Glenn Lotes book has a loon illustration on the cover. I always find loon photography books, but I've been looking for an illustrated one. So this one, Larry the Loon, 2 endings you choose. It's kind of like a choose your own adventure. That's kind of funny. So it's illustrated by D.A. Dunford with the Tobin Island School of Fine Art. So, I love this book because I love loons. If you've never had the opportunity to hear a loon call at like a lake somewhere, try to get it in the morning, in the misty morning, sit outside in a Muskoka type chair, cup of tea, cup of coffee, and just listen to the loons and watch the water. There is no better experience. This book is from 2011, is beautiful illustrations. So yay, we finally have loon illustrations, as well as like information about loons. Because I'm thinking I would love to put together like just a kind of cottage cozy type journal with loons. That's very much my experience when I go away to the cottage in the summertime, and I spend very beautiful quiet mornings. Like that would be an amazing journal cover. Just listening to loons or going out in my kayak, and I just paddle it to the middle of a lake and I sit quietly and I listen to the loons, and I also play back loon calls on my cell phone to the loons, and they respond, which is kind of fun. Although my girlfriend always jokes with me and she says, you know, you don't know what those loons are saying. You could be saying like something that makes no sense to them at all, and their response to you is like, hey, be quiet, you're crazy. And she's probably right. So I found the Harrowsmith Illustrated Book of Herbs. I have seen this book before. Why I got it is actually mainly for these illustrations, though these photos are obviously quite useful as well. They're beautiful. And I do use photography in a lot of things I do, but there are beautiful illustrations in this book. It's a great herb book too if you're just getting like accustomed to growing herbs or learning about herbs. It's a really nice book to have. So that's that one. Oh, and I didn't tell you anything about it because obviously I'm forgetful, and I know people like to have the date at least. So it is 1986 by Camden House. And then I found a field guide. This is the last of it here that I've never found before. It's from DK, Dorling Kindersley, and it's the Butterflies and Moths guidebook. It came out of a library, I guess. Lots of pretty end paper. The Brampton Christian School Academy Library. Okay, sure. This is 1990. No, this is 2000. So it is a beautiful book with lots and lots of butterflies for fussy cutting out and learning about. So that is the book haul. Yeah, I'm looking around. I don't think there's anything else. Nope. So that is my book haul for today, the last one of the year. And I guess I just want to also say Happy New Year. It's New Year's Eve, and I am going to be quickly running to the grocery store to pick up some lovely bread. And I'm going to be making the traditional lasagna of New Year's. We often do lasagna and some kind of a decadent dessert and some champagne to say goodbye to the year. So I will be enjoying the last day or two of my not eating the way that I must for the rest of my life kind of days. So I will be doing that and having some lasagna and probably cheesecake. So yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful New Year's. We are definitely looking forward to next year, looking forward to what hopefully will show some changes in the world situation for the positive. We're really keeping our fingers crossed. So I hope you all just have a really lovely new year if we don't talk before then. So thank you again for watching. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do. I do lots of fun stuff here. I try to. And I hope you all are well, and we'll talk soon. Bye for now.